Hi everyone, I'm Sarah.
I'm Brittany.
And we are Modern Millennial Events. Welcome to our series, Explore Like a Local. On this week's episode, we're talking about the charming town of San Juan Capistrano.
San Juan Capistrano is in Orange County and it's located 5 miles inland from Dana Point. Once settled by Native Americans and conquered by Spanish settlers, this historical town is now known for its whimsical Los Rios Street, delicious restaurants, and its crown jeweled mission.
When in Orange County, San Juan Capistrano makes for a perfect half-day or full-day trip. And today, we're going to discuss the must-do things to do when you're in town. Now let's begin exploring. Welcome to Explore Like a Local. Join us as we venture our treasured communities in Southern California and showcase the best things to do while you're in town. The experiences we're highlighting are great for our clientele in the corporate events world, and even for couples on a getaway, family vacations, friend groups, and really anyone that is a travel junkie. Now let's begin exploring. Before you come to San Juan Capistrano, it's important to know the history of the town you're walking into. Mm-hmm. It makes the experience so much more enlightening and fulfilling.
Absolutely. At first glance, walking in San Juan, you're going to see lots of trendy restaurants and cute boutique stores and lush gardens, but there's actually so much history behind those walls. It actually began over 10,000 years ago where the Hashiman Native Americans resided in the area through southern Orange County and San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah, so from there, let's start talking about the mission.
Yeah, it's a great place to start.
Yep, it's the birthplace of the settlement of Orange County.
Yeah.
In the 18th century, the California Mission Expedition began, and San Juan Capistrano was the 7th of 21 missions built throughout California. Spain established the missions up the coast of California to claim territory and to bring Catholicism to the Hashiman.
Yeah, and conquering the area, they came and brought new technology and clothes and ideas and religion. But with all this new agriculture and infrastructure and livestock, they really drastically changed the landscape of Orange County, and they devastated the native plants and animals. And they forced the Hashiman out of their villages and to live their life in the mission. So they changed their religion, their culture, their entire lifestyle.
This move also brought the exposure of diseases to the Hashiman. By the early 1800s, the European illnesses were fatal to approximately 2/3 of the indigenous population.
Yeah, the mission life, it did thrive for about 40 years. The Hashiman lived under the Spanish settlers, and they harvested all the different types of crops and wheats, and they also tended to all the livestock, and they prospered in the Catholicism religion.
In 1812, however, began the decline of the missionary era, especially in San Juan Capistrano, when one fatal morning a 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck Orange County and collapsed the Great Stone Church.
Yeah.
This began a series of unfortunate events, from the high mortality rate of the diseased Hashiman, the decline in birth rate, and the Spanish were also unable to adequately protect and supply the missions.
Yeah, and with the Spanish not being able to support, in no time, Mexico was able to conquer all of the Alta California territory. And actually, in no time, the Mexico government sold the San Juan Capistrano mission to a private owner. And for 20 years, the mission was the Forster family ranch. Then in 1850, California became a state, and the California bishop really wanted to have the missions returned to the Catholicism. And so in 1865, Abraham Lincoln saw his petition and gave him back all of the missions. We have a visitor.
Today, the mission is a cultural destination experience, a place that ignites inspiration, education, and preservation. The mission is open to the public and hosts public events throughout the year, from picnics to concerts and charity fundraisers. You can also host private events at the mission.
When you're visiting the mission, you're going to experience the beautifully landscaped gardens, the ruins from the Great Stone Church, of the adobe buildings that once housed the settlers, and the Sarah Chapel. The Sarah Chapel is really unique because it's adorned of cherry wood and gold leaf that was brought over from Barcelona, Spain over 300 years ago. Once California became a state, San Juan Capistrano went through a pretty rough scene. It was the only stop between San Diego and Los Angeles on the railway, and the only overnight stagecoach stop. So it became known to have a lot of squatters and bandits and robbers, and the cowboy drinking scene too. They would come over, drink too much, and start brawls in the streets.
Reminiscent of a Western movie scene.
Totally.
At the same time, people were heading west to pursue the California dream.
Mm-hmm.
With its location, San Juan Capistrano and its vast valley quickly was recognized for its agriculture and farming possibilities. Families began buying land and created the development of Los Rios Street. Los Rios Street is another area in historic San Juan that is a must-do when you visit. It's the oldest neighborhood in California and lined with lush trees and gardens, boutiques, delicious restaurants and cafes, and all the storefronts and businesses occupy a historical home.
Yeah, and actually, in order to run a business on Los Rios Street, you have to reside in the home or have a home on the property in that area. So it's pretty cool. Besides, there's one cafe called the Hummingbird Cafe. It's literally like a 500 square foot shack that's just a kitchen. So they're the only business that doesn't have to live on property.
They would fit.
They would not fit. But also kind of fun about that too, there's one area called the Los Rios Adobe. And the Los Rios Adobe is still owned by the family that in their descendants. So it's been in their family for generations and generations, and they still live there and they still run their businesses out of that area.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this street, once all adobe and straw huts, slowly turned into the recognizable California bungalow style homes, and transformed this California mission from a little Catholic village to the birthplace of Orange County.
Yeah, fascinating.
There are so many fun stories to be told about San Juan Capistrano as it went through so many changes and development throughout the years. When visiting, you must sign up for either a walking tour of Los Rios Street or one of the ghost tours. Ghost stories are told from legends about the mission and all around town.
Yes, and one legend goes, it talks of a young teen girl named Magdalena who was in love with an aspiring painter named Teofilo. Her father found out about their love and forbid her to ever see him again. One night, she secretly slipped away to see her love, and her father caught them. He punished her by having her saying she had to go to the priest and confess her sins in front of the entire congregation. So one chilly morning on December 8th, 1812, Magdalena showed up to this great stone church with her penance candle in hand. She lit it and began her walk down the aisle to do her penance to the priest. Then the 6.9 magnitude earthquake hit. Everyone started screaming and tried to leave the church, but the door was jammed. I know. And so the bell tower above started to rattle and shake, and then it fell and it crashed all over the church. And all 40 people who were attending Mass were found dead. And among the dead bodies was Magdalena's with her penance candle still in hand. And it's said to this day, on a half moon, on the last remaining window in the great stone church, you can see Magdalena's face with her penance candle doing her penance to the priest. So yeah, that's just some really great ghost stories you can hear while you are visiting San Juan Capistrano.
Just one of the many.
One of the many.
So that's an overview of the earlier history of San Juan Capistrano. When you visit, you'll uncover so many more stories on the guided tour we highly recommend, and go into even further, more recent history through the 1900s, and some more fun stories about Orange County and it being the only county jail and courtroom from San Diego to LA. So a lot happened just on that side of things.
Definitely, and so, there's so much to uncover, and it's going to make you really hungry. So once you're done doing your tours and learning all about the history, you must be ready to eat, and there's just so many great restaurants. We really recommend that you do like a taste of the town and just get a bunch of like shared plates with your friends and family and hit up different spots. Some of our favorite spots is Ellies Table, really good brunch and pastries, and same with Roma's House has really great brunch. And then over on Los Rios Street, Hidden House Cafe has the best lattes and smoothies.
Little refuel.
Yes, absolutely refuel.
Heritage Barbecue and Mayfield are the newest restaurants on the block and are fantastic options for either lunch or dinner or, one from each.
Yeah, definitely. And then afternoon tea is my favorite thing in the entire world. And the Los Rios Tea House is super cute and charming and historical and a really great place to have a full like tea menu. And then some quick fast food options. There's Bueno Bueno Mexican Kitchen, really great tacos and coconut margaritas. And then there's also a really great authentic place, authentic burritos and Mexican pastries called El Molino de Oro. So definitely check that out too.
Yes. Thanks for discovering San Juan Capistrano with us. We hope this video sparked inspiration to plan a visit.
We hope that you like this video. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification button.
Leave a comment about what you're most excited about or love to experience when you're in San Juan Capistrano.
Follow along our journey on our Explore Like a Local series to learn more about must things to do in our Orange County cities and also throughout Southern California.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
See you next week.